How did I not know this exists? Hey everybody, this is Justin with Sillage Scents. I have got a great video today for you about a cheap clone of one of my favorite warm weather fragrances. This is one I had no idea even existed until a few weeks ago, so I had to pick it up, and I am pleased with what I got. As we get going, please subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments, have you tried this one? How do you think it compares to the original? Let's go ahead and get into this. So back whenever Lacoste L1212 Blanc or White came out, my wife sampled it somewhere and loved it and bought me a bottle of it. And for a couple years, this was like my warm weather signature scent. I absolutely loved it, even though the musk in this fragrance, some musk you can't actually smell. It's like out of 10 people, if you've got 4 musk, half of them will be able to smell 2 of them, half of them will be able to smell the other 2. It's just something about the way that we're made. Some musk we can't pick up on. And so in the L1212 Blanc, I would go nose blind or totally miss the muskiness of the fragrance almost immediately. And then the remaining notes I would just kind of be mesmerized with as I would get wafts through the day. It's not a super great performer, it's probably like a 6-hour fragrance, something like that. And this clone is right in the neighborhood of that, but probably a little bit better of a performer. And it is a really good clone of Lacoste White or Blanc L1212 White. This is Armaf Hunter. And now this is not Hunter Intense. That one is a blue fragrance. It's kind of a mix of Sauvage with Invictus or something like that, some bubblegum sweetness, and it's supposed to be really good. I never paid attention to this one because I have too many blue fragrances already, and it didn't even hit me, it didn't even think to look it up. But I discovered this is a really good clone of Lacoste L1212 Blanc. And so this is a great spring and summer fragrance. It's sort of a woody, musky, floral, slightly spicy fragrance. It's not just a gem fragrance. This one's got some character. It's got a very alluring, kind of draw you in quality with those floral notes. They're not overly floral. Some floral notes give me a headache. I don't like a lot of floral fragrances. But this one, it's sort of a musky, woody, floral, slightly spicy fragrance. To me, it's in kind of a class of its own when it comes to floral fragrances. It's one of like 5 floral fragrances that I own because I actually like them. So let me give you the notes in this one. They line up almost exactly with the Lacoste. There's a few differences that I will mention to you. So this one in the top, you've got grapefruit, rosemary, cedar and cardamom, cedar needles and cardamom. The Lacoste doesn't have the cedar needles, but it does have some other woody qualities that there's not much of a difference. And you do get immediately, what I get immediately, I actually get some of the base notes immediately. So let me go ahead and finish telling you the notes, and then I'll tell you how I experience the fragrance. In the mid, you've got ylang-ylang, which is something you definitely pick up in this fragrance that's similar to some other fragrances with ylang-ylang. You've got tuberose, olibanum, and cedar. And so olibanum, again, is something that is not in the Lacoste. I think it's, working with some of the other notes to replace something that's missing from the Lacoste. And then finally, in the dry down, you've got sandalwood and vetiver. Now, the Lacoste does not have sandalwood. It has suede and leather in the dry down, although I will say, or in the base, I should say, but I never really got a real leathery quality from the Lacoste. I would get something kind of dry that I think the cedar and the olibanum and the sandalwood are producing in this fragrance that are going to do pretty much the same thing that the leather and suede do in the Lacoste. But what you get with this one is a clean smelling, floral, lightly spicy fragrance. And it doesn't really sound all that interesting, and it's not crazy unique. It's not something that people are going to say, wow, I've never smelled anything like that before. But it is a beautiful, masculine, great warm weather fragrance. This is something that I can't imagine someone saying, I really don't like this. It's definitely a crowd pleaser, and it's something that throughout the day, whenever you get a waft of it, it's just very pleasant. It's just a very pleasant smelling fragrance. And so I actually get a little bit of the vetiver and the cedar, the cardamom, and a little bit of that kind of ylang-ylang and tuberose, a little bit of the floral qualities pretty much from the beginning. I don't necessarily get a whole lot of development. It doesn't really change a whole lot through the fragrance, but you get that sort of woodsy, floral, slightly spicy fragrance all the way throughout. And there is a muskiness in this fragrance, but it's not listed in the Lacoste or in this one. It's even called I think they actually call it like a musky, woody fragrance in the Lacoste, but there's no musk listed. But there is a musky quality, especially in the dry down, as some of the spiciness kind of dies out. You're left with this light floral, woodsy, musky dry down. The dry down will remind you a little bit of light blue from Dolce & Gabbana. It doesn't smell exactly like it, but a similar kind of quality. But this one, though, instead of being, a real kind of citrus bomb for the first half of the fragrance, it does have some citrus with that grapefruit, but it's more sort of woodsy, floral, spicy with a little bit of citrus in the top, for the first half hour or so. So it's not overly complex, but it is a great fragrance. It's a great signature scent. It's a great office scent. It's a little different than some of the more boring office scents. It's a great everyday wear. And here's the thing. This is a $20 fragrance all over discounter websites. I think even Amazon has it for low 20s. And the best price you're going to get on the Lacoste is about $45 for a tester. And so for less than half, you're going to get something that smells about probably 90% similar or so to the Lacoste. I think this is a great buy as we're heading into spring and summer. This is one you could just wear every day for just about every situation. Armaf Hunter, not the intense version, just the original, an awesome clone of Lacoste Blanc or White out of the L1212 line. So thank you so much for watching. Again, this has been Justin with Sillage Scents. Please subscribe to my channel. We broke 1,000 last week. Thanks so much to those of you who are following these. Let's keep going. I'm doing giveaways every week, not in this video, but in the one that's coming out also this week. It might already be out. So thanks. I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one.